Podtacular episode 256, E3 2011 part 2, for June 10th, 2011. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we said last time, we are doing part 2 of E3 for 2011 this time around. So if you haven't listened to the first part yet, I suggest you go back and listen to episode 255. And from last time we have Kete and Brent to wrap up the show. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Doing great.
That's good.
Got a one-up, right?
Yep.
They're great. Not just kidding. Anyways, so we talked about the Microsoft press conference a lot last time, and we hinted on a good amount of Nintendo stuff, and I don't even know if we touched on any of the Sony press conference. But we are here to wrap up everything else that happened during E3. So the Sony press conference, the Nintendo press conference, as well as the Ubisoft and EA press conferences. If either one of the other hosts in here watched them, because I know I didn't. And I know there's one key part from the Ubisoft one that everyone is dying to let out in the room right now. So I'll let that come out when it comes out. So I guess before we get into the bulk of this show, there's been some of these rumors going around with people trying to figure out what the best press conference was. And granted, from my opinion, none of the press conferences that I watched were really spectacular or anything. So what are your guys' opinions on all the press conferences? Do you think one kind of really outdid the other, any other ones particular, or were they all just kind of mediocre? Or what's your guys' takes on the press conferences this year compared to other years?
Anybody want to take that one?
Pete, I don't know. I was just waiting.
It's one of you two.
Yeah, I definitely think that Nintendo had the best conference this year. But I mean, of course they did, because they were the one company that announced their new console, their new, next generation hardware.
Yep.
So.
Isn't it the one, like, they're usually big E3 shows when it's a hardware, when they're showing something like that. Software is not as exciting. So yeah, just exactly. Nintendo's is gonna, no matter what, probably be the most exciting, right? I mean, every time we've had the other ones, PS3, Xbox 360, those things were big shows, right?
Yeah.
The Wii
was a big deal.
The Nintendo one was the presentation for the Wii U was very unintuitive, in my opinion.
Well, explain that. Like, what do you mean by unintuitive?
When they showed off the Wii U, and that was basically a controller with a screen like stuck in the middle of it, I thought it was an addition to the Wii. I didn't know it was a different console until I actually went up and looked up a news article on Joystick and found that, it's actually a separate console, and that's just a peripheral for the new console.
I think they fessed up to that, that they presented it wrong with because that was, you're not the only one who was confused about it. Everyone
was, I thought.
They thought it was just another controller for the Wii. But I think they fessed up to that and said that we kind of didn't explain it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you sitting there? They didn't even show you like a big picture of the console.
No.
It was always in the background. I looked at the pictures and it looked like, it looks like the other Wii. So.
Well, I didn't even see the console throughout the presentation. I just saw the
what it is?
Pad there. I didn't see the console at all until I went to Nintendo's site and then saw the pictures of it. It's like, it's new. Look at the dimensions. It's the size of an Xbox. So
is it really?
Yeah, it's from the dimensions. It looks like it's just about the same size as a 360S, or maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe a tad bit smaller.
Nintendo's, they focused on the controller because that's what all it was. They don't focus on specs. They don't like to talk about them. So
Yeah, I'm
that's why
kind of curious to see how many cores they actually have, and like some of the other internal specs.
Well, it sounds like they turned it loose.
Like from a PC standpoint, if it was a computer, I want the specs that you would get normally with a PC, like the amount of RAM, the type of video processor, the clock speed for the CPU and the video card, yada yada yada.
Yeah, you want to tear that thing apart.
And those details, I do not think
yeah.
are out there anywhere yet.
You want it now too.
They might be, but I don't think they are.
No, Nintendo's usually hush hush on the specs. They don't like to.
But thankfully, it's HD this time. But no backwards compatibility with GameCube.
No.
Brent, feel free to start on your rant anytime during this, because it seems like we're into the Wii U discussion now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of something to talk about. I'm just worried that like 3 or 4 years from now, when Microsoft and Sony end up, announcing their new consoles and eventually releasing them, that like the Wii U is going to be completely obsolete. Like developers are going to start developing for the the PS4 and the Xbox 720 or whatever, and
Right.
those machines are probably going to be more powerful than the Wii U. So, I mean, yeah, the Wii U does
Nintendo's
HD.
just behind now.
Yeah, Wii U is going to be able to do HD, but it's not going to be able to to perform as well as Xbox and PlayStation's next system.
I mean, from what I'm seeing, Nintendo is good at coming up with new ideas to integrate into consoles. Like the Wiimotes and the Nunchucks pushed Microsoft and Sony to do for Microsoft the Kinect, and then for PlayStation the PS Move. I mean, that was pretty much the pushing point for that. And now they have this extra peripheral where it's the screen in the joypad, and you can go from you have like a secondary screen on there. So
yeah, I
mean,
totally
they're
get
definitely innovating on, I guess, the hardware front to an extent.
Yeah,
And then Microsoft and Sony are picking them up, so they're definitely leading in a certain aspect of the console market. It's just that that innovation, I guess, is not really. I don't know. How do you describe it? You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, they're trying. How do you beat the Wii? Did so good. They're like, all right, we got to come out with another console. How are we going to beat the Wii? We can't. The motion control did pretty good for them. How do you go beyond that? So is this a natural evolution to this thing that also is a Wii control, but it's a big screen? Or, I mean, how do you top the Wii? I think they had to be going through their heads,
I mean, once I figured out what it was, it sounded kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does sound kind of cool. I think it actually. You know what? There's a video out there.
I mean,
there's a Ghost Recon game being played on it. The maps in front of you or something like that. You see, up on the big screen is, the regular view you always see. Lots of changing of things, airstrikes and stuff like that. I don't know. That screen on the controller could be pretty cool.
I mean, just think of a first
For a lot of
shooter. You can, if you were standing up, you could turn all the way around and use your reticle. That's even more engaging than the Kinect and the PlayStation Move.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, right.
Like interactive gaming should be like. Is you still have a controller, but you have the portable screen and you can move around. You have that freedom.
Yep. It's I definitely, we were talking about the Kinect last night. The Kinect, we were telling them to innovate with that thing.
And Nintendo's innovating though.
Yeah, they are innovating, but you know what? Controllers still rule. Remember controller.
I don't get I don't see how Microsoft cannot get through their heads that you need to have a controller to play a game well.
No, but you can also, like I was saying, you can also have the Kinect too, but you got to try to innovate.
Yeah, you have to integrate both.
Yeah, but the controllers rule, and I ain't lying.
I mean,
That
controllers.
WiiU controller looks awesome.
Yeah, controllers are precision and instant response to your commands.
It's got a gyro thing in it. It's got everything like the iPhone has. Like you can turn it. It's got tilt and all that. The gyroscope and even location, I think, or something. It's got everything that like the latest technology. So that's probably. I think that controller is going to be pretty sick, hardware wise.
And I hate to say it, but from the Microsoft press demonstration, I don't see myself shooting a gun by holding my hand out.
Oh yeah, and then
pulling out
doing
a
jazz
fist.
hands,
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
flashing your palm open.
That makes no sense to me. I mean, who came up with that idea to say, okay, close fist you're not shooting, open you are shooting? I
can't.
It just looks so awkward. Like he's holding one hand up, like in a fist, and then he's got the other hand that he's doing the jazz hand with.
Yeah.
And like he's like turning around while he's looking at the screen and like moving his fist. And then when he's like ready, he's like, and now the reticule's on the target. And then he like flashes his hand and it like hits it. And they're so proud of themselves.
Oh,
And I'm like, I don't want to play that.
oh God.
Like when would I ever want to do that as opposed
Like
to
when you
just,
see a bad guy
grabbing
running
my
up to
controller
someone. I mean, the
and
only time you
fiddling
see that is
my
like in
thumbsticks
Star Wars
in,
when
yeah.
someone's using the Force. I mean, really.
Yeah, but not even like that awkward. Not like he's like, crunched up, doing. I don't know.
Listen,
just
you
not-
watch those videos of people playing Kinect. A lot of times it's painful.
I mean, Kinect is good for like Just Dance. That's about it.
I'll give him that. That one's good.
That one's good.
Dance
Like I
Central.
said, I think it has.
Not Just Dance. That's
Yeah.
the Wii.
That's the Wii. But that one's awesome.
Or whatever Microsoft's the Xbox One is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dance Central.
Dance Central.
That's it.
There was a I think Kotaku had somebody had a one-on-one with the Star Wars one,
Yeah.
and they say it's awful.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
There's a lot of lag.
Yeah,
But I don't know how
that's
that
one of the
could
bad
ever
things
be
about
good.
Kinect though is the reaction time with a Kinect compared to a controller sucks.
There's no way
Controller
you can do
instant
it.
at the speed of light. Time it takes to go down the wire. That's all the delay you get.
No, but you know what? Maybe certain
You'll-
things
you'll-
it's okay to have a little delay, but not when you have a lightsaber.
You'll never be able to do a first-person shooter with the Kinect. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
No, if it does,
It's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, they'll try.
they'll try, but a successful SPS will not happen in Kinect.
Oh, it won't be.
It will quote unquote work.
Yeah.
Oh, it might like work, like it might function, but
It'll
will not
work well
be-
enough to justify that $60 you
No.
slammed down.
No,
Just
no,
enough to avoid a lawsuit. You know?
No, no. I mean that Star Wars thing though.
Oh, you got to read it.
I was thinking, okay, this Star Wars should be good. Once I saw how bad the delay was and how slow things were moving, and like the robots were just like, need oil, It's like, why even bother?
Well, it's like that thing in video games where you're like surrounded by multiple enemies, and for some reason, like none of them attack you. They just like wait to be attacked one by one.
Right. And they stay in the one place they're in.
Yeah. It happens in Assassin's Creed. It happens in just like almost
Yeah.
every game you can think of.
Can't script it any better. They don't do the AI.
I guess that's a good point. But
I don't
still, the controls were slow.
be honest. The first
Like I
time
want to be doing like combos, like 6 or 7 different moves within a second. With the Kinect, it's like one every second, and it's like okay, waiting, okay, waiting.
It's almost like a turn-based.
Like I honestly do not get the popularity of Kinect, other than it's soccer moms.
It's
These dang soccer
not
moms
now.
investing
Not
into
right
market.
now. The
I
game-
mean, the-
I think.
I mean, I
it's got-
see
think it's got
I see a
promise.
good use of Kinect being with Windows 8 and doing some productivity stuff with like Office applications, like the whole Minority Report thing. Kinect is built for something like that, and I mean that's one of the comparisons that always gets brought up, but it's true. You have all the body tracking and identifying, and actually at the school I go to, there's a group of graduate students who's actually researching a mixed system using Kinects and RFID readers to have a huge like Microsoft Surface kind of thing, and be able to actually have multiple users use the same desktop, and based on proximity and like body attachments that you can get from Kinect views, you can actually restrict access to moving elements on the desktop. So there's very many useful applications in the desktop realms. I just don't see it in the gaming realm.
Somebody read the Microsoft newsletter.
The what?
The Microsoft newsletter.
That's
Surface. You know a lot about
know a lot about what?
the Surface and everything Microsoft product right
Oh well, I mean Microsoft Surface has been around for what? 4
Ever.
years now?
I'm trying to remember the like,
you know what it is?
CES
just
keynote
You
where they
sound
like
you
announced
just
it.
recently. Yeah, you just sound like you just recently read a Microsoft thesis.
A thesis?
I don't know. I got nothing. Never mind.
Sure, I'll take credit for reading a thesis. Okay.
I got nothing. I was trying to recover there, but
I mean the only reason I'd buy a Kinect, and I'll probably end up buying a Kinect, is for Windows 8. Yeah, Windows 8.
they'll have it. So,
yeah, Windows 8 is supposed to come with native support for the Kinect.
Cool.
And there's the Kinect SDK. So.
Dude, the way that they see all these things that they're hacking it for, it's
but
pretty cool.
if you look at it, like
that thing has enormous potential.
90% of Kinect hacks are for PC. They're not games.
Right.
And like the Kinect Fun Labs thing is a tiny, tiny portion of all the Kinect hack stuff that's been going on.
It looked like this stuff is really powerful.
And it's like they're trying to misappropriate. Oh well, the whole Kinect modding community is doing all of this for us. And it's like, no, that's not what's going on. It's you have maybe a few developers, some that you've probably talked to and asked if they could do something for the Xbox, and then they come and do something cool. Okay, but the majority of the market of the Kinect modding community is PC development stuff, and that's where I think Kinect belongs. It should be a PC peripheral.
I want to be able to play Skyrim with jazz hands. They've got the dual wielding now. You know, I can like slash in the air. It'll be great. I just can't go anywhere. I have to stand still. Like I'm just stuck in the starting area the whole time.
Okay, I think I've done my Kinect rant. I think it's time for Brent to do his WiiU rant.
Go.
Oh yeah, it's not a rant. It's probably gonna be like a love letter. I love the Wii U. I love
Me?
like
Well, go for it.
I'm a
I
fan
love the
too.
potential. I don't know where to start. The reason I love the Wii U so much is because it's you know when the Wii came out, they announced the motion controls, and that was the big deal. That was the big gimmick. You know, they promised that it was going to revolutionize gaming, and they showed all this crazy, you know, one-to-one stuff that, you know, it was crazy tech demo stuff at the time, and we believed it, but it turned out that we weren't really going to get that one-to-one stuff ever. But it kind of got better with the Wii Motion Plus, but like the stuff they promised with the Wii never really came to fruition. I never felt like the motion controls it helped the gameplay at all.
I
like
agree.
whenever a new game would be released with motion controls, it was always to the detriment of the game, like
Right.
having to waggle around. Like
Right.
but-
It was not the actual motion too that you're making. Shake the
Yeah,
controller, and it does
like
it
I-
kicks.
yeah, the motion controls were the worst part of Wii games. Like that was the part that I usually hated about
Right.
the Wii.
Well, it's gimmicky.
And like
Yeah.
Wii motion controller stuff, that was
But,
okay.
Yeah, but like with the Wii U, I can totally see the cool things that developers can do with the pad. Like there are a ton of cool gameplay concepts that you can do with the you know, having the map on there, having your inventory
Yeah.
on the screen at all times. Like you know, they showed the game where one person has access to a map on their screen and information on all the other players, and the other players, have to play with Wiimotes because you can only have one pad attached to the console at one time or something like that.
Yeah, something like
But yeah, just I want developers to explore all of the cool things they can do with the Wii U pad, and I'm just worried that like they're gonna find like one or two popular things and just stick with those things and never like keep innovating with it.
Right.
So
Well, that is a chance of that. Nintendo took a big risk with this thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
kind of like it's the thing is, the pad is so like it's there's so many possibilities. It could be something they really took a big jump with that everybody's got to catch up. And by the time we get an amazing game on it, it'll be a couple of years down the road.
I think at the next E3 they're going to announce a whole bunch of software for the Wii U
They
No,
did
I'm
that
sure
for
they
the
will.
Wii. They did that for
release
the
dates.
Wii. Yeah.
But I think with the 3DS
Well,
they
I think-
saw that
I
you
think
can't
next
release
year.
a console without software because
No.
people don't want to buy a console if there's nothing to play on it. They want something that they can enjoy while they're waiting for the next game to come out.
It's
So
always been about the games. It still is. That hasn't changed.
so I think when the Wii U comes out, you're gonna see at least one big title at launch. So I mean, maybe that's why they're waiting until Christmas of next year to come out with the Wii U.
Yeah, but what's also interesting is the target, not the target, but it looks like they're dedicating a large part of this console to hardcore gaming.
Yeah, it does.
That was
Yeah.
the entire
More so than the
focus.
Connect. A lot
Yeah.
more so than the Connect. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm more excited about this than I was for the Move, and I was more excited about the Move than the Connect.
I was impressed with the move in some games and stuff like that, but is that even selling well? I don't know. I don't do anything Sony, and I don't hate Sony. It just
I don't know
really don't
anything
follow
about the
any-
selling points about the Move. I just think,
I really
mean,
don't know anything about Sony.
from a personal standpoint, I think the Move's a lot better system than the Connect, because you still actually have a controller in your hands.
Are they selling
Yeah.
games with that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got games, but like they've got like Tiger Woods, certain
Right.
sports games work with it. I really can't think of any
Yeah, I haven't heard
move
any
games off the
news
top of my head.
that like this is a
I
great.
mean,
you
there's
get
SOCOM
connected.
4.
Yeah,
Did Killzone 3 have Move support?
yeah,
I mean, those are first-person shooters.
You know what the move is a Wii controller in black.
Basically, with a big ball on the top. Big, pretty, colorful ball.
yeah. But it's like Wii Motion Plus
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
with the camera tracking.
iToy.
Yeah, the iToy. So, I mean, it's definitely has a lot of potential, I think.
It
And a
does.
lot more so than the other two companies right now. I mean, if developers manage to pull off some great stuff with this, then Nintendo is definitely going to be more up in the runnings for console sales.
See, you know what? A lot of people, the Wii was another risk when they did that. They jumped
See, I mean,
full onto that motion control. It was the entire controller. It was everything. It wasn't a add-on.
another
So,
thing about Nintendo though is
and it worked. So
yeah, another thing about Nintendo though is you don't get many new games. You're a lot of the stuff that you get is still just Nintendo titles that get rehashed for every new console that comes out. Like every console has had a Zelda game, every console's had a Mario Adventure game, every console's had a Mario Kart game, and every console's had some kind of Pokemon game. Like Nintendo uses a lot of the same franchises, and I mean that's okay. They're all Nintendo products, but Nintendo needs to come out and start playing with the big boys, so to speak.
well, that's
Yeah, but
looks like they
Nintendo is
might
the big
try to
boy.
do that.
Like Nintendo is the biggest boy.
They are the big.
Like,
But
I mean,
they haven't been until now, and the Wii U.
no,
looks like
that's what I'm saying. They have
No,
been.
they
They've
always
been
have
since like the 80s.
They
Like
are.
they
so.
dominated.
Then
They
why
dominated.
they were then, but now
The NES was nationwide, and then they dominated all the way through the 90s with the Super Nintendo, and even with the Nintendo 64, they didn't go bankrupt. They still competed with the PlayStation.
no, but I mean,
Like that's the reason the GameCube exists.
I mean, I know Nintendo's like surviving as a company, but I mean, compared to like Microsoft and Sony, they're getting more attention and more console sales, and
Well,
more people
here's
play
the
them
difference.
over Nintendo.
Right
Here's-
now, people
here's
are
the
tired of the Wii because everybody has a Wii. It's the market is so saturated with Wiis that nobody else wants them, and people basically figured out the gimmick of the Wii. They figured out, hey, this motion stuff. They promised us this one-to-one gameplay, but we didn't get it. So we're not going to get fooled again until Wii U. So basically, Nintendo has come up with the new gimmick, right? They've got the pad. This is the new thing. It's not motion control, even though it has motion control, but that's not the big deal. The big deal now is that you have your own screen, and
Touchscreen.
it's a touch screen, right?
Touchscreens are hot. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
can throw ninja stars.
so that's the big gimmick. So that's what's going to pull the people in. All right. Nintendo's perfect at this. Like, if Nintendo gets the price right, and I think they can, because I don't think that like the Wii the Wii U is going to be very powerful. It's HD.
What was the
right?
start price? $400?
It's not gonna have. It's not gonna have
Did
this
they,
amount of
they
cores.
didn't-
I thought.
They didn't
announce it yet.
they didn't say anything about the price.
No, price is not out.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to wait. But if this thing isn't significantly more powerful than a 360 is right now, that thing could be really,
Well,
really
my
cheap.
roommate said there were rumors that it was more powerful than the PS3.
Well, even if it's marginally more powerful than a PS3 right
It's
now,
still next generation.
I can't imagine that it's going to cost very much to produce something like that today.
No, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Well, yeah.
that's going to mitigate the cost of, whatever's on the touch screen. And it's not multi-touch. It's just single touch.
Yep.
Which is kind of a problem. I really wanted multi-touch.
Yeah,
But-
it would make sense. But, I
But-
don't know. You gotta hold it. I don't press a button. I don't know. Who knows? We gotta see what the application. You might not
Yeah.
even need.
And I mean, I guess they still have the potential to change it up because it's not being released until another year and a half. So, I mean, I guess there's still room for improvement.
Yeah. Usually the hardware specs won't change. It'll be soft.
Well, I mean, the dual touch thing is software based.
Well, I wish devs would just
Well,
start hounding Nintendo.
it's both.
Be like,
It's both.
No, it's a both. It's a combo.
be like, look, Nintendo, if you're going to exist in the next generation when, Xbox 720 and PS4 are out, this thing needs to at least have multi-touch. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
pony
right?
up here. Get multi-touch on those pads.
Nintendo's never been, like the PS, like Sony poured in, let's just pour tons of power into this stuff, even though we don't even need it, because that's a spec war. Nintendo doesn't compete in those spec wars. They compete, they just the gameplay is more important. But, I mean, they eventually had to go the HD route. It just has to, because almost everything is now. So it's just, this is their time to go. It's kind of, is it late? I don't know, not by Wii sales, but it's definitely not going to be. I don't expect some 5-core Wii U special made chip in this thing. It's gonna be right, like Brent said. It's gonna be right on the border of just being powerful, more powerful than the previous generation.
Still a little shocked that it's not going to be backwards compatible with GameCube games. That still surprises me a little bit.
Well, I guess that could be in correlation with what we're talking about with the power. I mean, I don't know. It could be like
In the Wii, why?
I guess so. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm talking about it.
That console would probably eat GameCube discs and shit shards.
Yeah, And hopefully it plays DVDs.
Yeah.
Should play DVDs with how powerful it is.
That'd be-
Heck, it might even be Blu-ray.
I hope it plays DVDs, dude, in 2012.
I know. Well, the Wii, man, that was.
DVDs.
I'll tell you, the
The
Wii.
fact that might be an issue with the Wii is like telling of how backwards Nintendo is about some things.
I know.
Like online.
Well,
and
that's the
stuff,
things
they're
they don't understand their audience. That kind of stuff.
I mean, PS3 and Xbox have just native DVD support. It's just one of those things like it's really not that much of an effort to go ahead and put an MPEG-2 chip in your motherboard. It's like it costs pennies per console to put those in there. It's like, why not just go ahead and put it in there? It's like you go over to someone's house. Like, I know a lot of like college people have Wiis because they're cheap and usually there's games everyone can play on them. So it's like, oh, we have someone going to go rent a movie for like a small get together or something, or a last minute pizza party or something. Oh, I have a Wii. Oh, it doesn't play DVDs. Someone has to go run and get a DVD player or something, or a laptop. So I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, might as well just go ahead and put it in there. And yeah, I know it's not a big deal, but I'm just saying. I guess I shouldn't make it sound like such a big deal.
Nah, it's.
It
is. It kind of is. Well, from a tech standpoint, it's kind of surprising.
No brainer to me.
Yeah, I mean. But
It's like, oh, we have a DVD drive in there. Why don't we let them play DVDs?
Nintendo's focus is definitely. I don't know if they're doing it completely on purpose from the rest of the industry, or they don't pay attention to that stuff. They don't pay attention to, like, the graphics thing. They're really into.
They're more into the experience.
Yeah, they definitely have a different
Not,
philosophy.
oh, this looks really pretty.
Yeah. So maybe they're capable though. Let's see it. But if anything,
Well, I hope so.
well, it is good to say. Believe me, I like the graphic experience. It's definitely immersive, different art styles and stuff. But you want to be wowed by the graphics. It's definitely more immersive. But it's not always necessary. It depends on the type of game too. But are you expecting to see like Mario in like fully detailed graphics? I mean, showing like
It would look better on my HD
buttons
screen
on-
instead of
on
seeing blurred
overall-
pixels.
yeah, the button on his overalls, like you can actually read the writing on the button. Do we need that? Is that what we need for Mario?
No, but I'm talking about like when I play on my parents' TV at home, it's like you can tell that it's blurring a lot of pixels because it's standard def.
Yep. Oh yeah. And you know what?
I mean, just a sharper image would just make it look cleaner. I mean, yeah, we don't need it, but at least make it like look nice. I mean, it looks kind of like, eh. It's like, why am I playing this? It looks horrible. And that's only on a 32-inch TV. I can't imagine what it looks like on a 72-inch TV in standard def.
I just want games to evolve. I don't want to have this just sit in. Games that looked like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's got to evolve a bit. So, I hope Nintendo caught up, because I'll buy it. I'll be a buyer if they really stepped up their gaming.
You're buying if they're selling?
If they're selling the next generation.
Star Trek, the next generation. Out the back of their car, bootleg.
If I can play Star Trek, the next generation TV show on it, the TV service, then I'll buy it.
You can run uTorrent on your Wii U and pirate Star Trek, the next generation.
I mean, at least you'll be able to get Netflix HD.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like how Netflix came out as a disc that you had to download or have it in the machine in a week.
Actually, well, they finally had it to actually download it. But
Yes.
initially, yeah, it was a disc.
It'd be funnier if you had to have like a new disc for each movie you watched, or like TV show.
You had to send it in.
Wait, you mean like just renting a DVD?
To rent on software for everything. Terrible. Just terrible. But if you want to say what was the best E3, definitely Nintendo.
No, not by a long shot.
Listen, this is coming from someone who's a Halo podcast, just like you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
listen, we know how awesome that is, but from an E3 business standpoint, as far as if we're talking about the three,
I mean, I'll say
and we were Nintendo fans too. I'm a Nintendo fan still. I'm not. I'll skip the Wii, but I'll come back.
I will say,
good.
like the schedule of the Microsoft press release, yeah, that was spot on. The content, not so much.
Yep.
You were ugly for a while, baby.
It doesn't help that 50 minutes of the conference was Connect. It's like, oh please, I just I mean, there was only like 10 minutes of stuff that I actually wanted to watch, and the rest of it was just like, oh, it's Connect.
Yeah.
And I mean, Gears I don't care about, so I didn't watch that.
There's a whole bunch of software for Connect that you don't care about.
Kids who are terrible.
I'm gonna go back to like 10 years ago and watch the Microsoft.
I wonder how much those kids got paid.
Or the announcement for Halo coming to the
You know how much their parents got paid? Yes.
That's how much they got paid. No, but I mean,
I could just see Major Nelson like walk up to one of the kids. Here's $10, kid. Go get a pretzel.
Oh jeez.
I just love the kid being like, "Who are you and why are you famous?"
Yeah.
You never heard of me? I'm famous on the internet.
I do podcasts. I have a blog, and I know stuff, and I give away stuff.
Me strange looks when I wear my Podtacular shirt.
Yeah. I used to get strange looks when I would wear my Caboose t-shirt. Like right when like during the first season of Red vs. Blue. It was either the first or the second. I had the Caboose -1 t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I know.
And I would wear that, and people wouldn't know what it was, so they would ask me, "What does that mean?" I'd be like, "It's from the Halo series thing." And they'd be like, "Oh," and I had to quit wearing it because I got tired of like trying to explain it to people because it was always so awkward. Because if you don't care about video games, as most people that I encountered in high school were, you know,
yeah,
like it's even harder to try to explain to them the concept of machinima, right? So,
oh yeah,
my brother had a Griff T-shirt, the Griff one. I can't remember what the number was.
Yeah, the orange one.
It was like 3, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, the orange.
Yeah.
I've got a.
What was Donut?
I have
Double O, because he was Double O Donut, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What do I got? I got the
Sarge.
No, I got the says the black shirt says never wonder why we're here. It says that up front.
I want to get the camping shirt.
And I wear that around, and people like they say, "Turn around. Is there an answer on your back?" And there's no answer. It just says Red versus Blue. And so I have to give them like I don't know an answer. So I tell everybody like, well, everybody's got to be something.
Oh jeez.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, people always like. Do you ever wonder why you're here? They think they have no idea it has to do with the cinema.
It's like a joke.
They think
it's
I'm
actually
like
a joke.
yeah. So like, and then I tell them no, it's from this machinima, and they're like, what's machinima?
You mean you didn't understand my obscure internet reference?
Yes. Isn't that the point of it? It's from the internet. You know, that's what I should just say. It's from.
Well, if it's on the internet, it's not obscure.
Right.
It's just on the internet.
Dang it! Now I'm gonna do a Google search for what comes up when you type that in.
Type what?
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt with Rooster Teeth it'd probably come up first.
Wikipedia meaning of life is first. Video results is Red versus Blue. That's the first one. Actual search result, not video.
What is best
come up
in life? Let's see if Google can get this one.
So what happened during the Sony press conference? I don't remember anymore. That's how disappointing it was.
They introduced hardware too, didn't they? What they have?
What hardware? I don't think so.
Yeah, something.
They had the Vita.
The Vita, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The PlayStation Vita. They're brand new, you know.
Portable.
Yeah, that.
Next generation portable.
Yeah, what? Yeah, whatever.
That's probably why I skipped over it too. I'm not.
I don't know. There's cool things that you could do on that system, but like if you're not, I don't think anybody's gonna dedicate a whole lot of time for developing Vita games.
Like my roommate said, that was really a message to stockholders. That wasn't for gamers. That press conference.
Well, they need to show me some games for that thing to get me interested.
How powerful are they say?
I don't know. I know that it has a back touchscreen, which is nice.
That.
You can like rub the back touchscreen. I can.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Oh jeez. Why? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing really memorable from that press conference.
Not really.
No, not really.
Just don't get me excited. Don't float my boat.
Too late.
Nothing against them. You know what? There's probably some real cool games. I don't know nothing about it because it just doesn't get me going. I can't say anything bad about it because I don't know nothing about them. I really don't know much about Sony. I know they've been hacked recently, but that's really all I know. So I know other stuff. I know they just started charging online.
You would think, though. I mean, I'm entering this whole debate thing, but you would think, with Sony holding on to that many accounts, they would properly secure their data, and they didn't. How does that happen?
I don't know.
What kind of a certification team comes in and certifies? Oh, we're going to store all our passwords in plain text. Oh, we're going to leave all of our customers' information out like that. Yeah, that's.
Could you imagine the guy in charge, and then the guy he's got to have run around try to fix it? The guys, the team, like they should just make a movie surrounding those guys.
Man, I feel bad for Jack Tretton, because all sorts of bad things happen to that guy. Like the PS3 price point.
Oh yes.
Just all sorts of like poor E3 performances.
Come on, you know what? Sony's
like
a lot of bad press.
The day that like they acknowledged the hacks, I imagine that Jack Tretton just went out and got wasted.
Oh.
He's like, I give up. I'm tired of it.
Got a lot of sake then.
I mean, the way that's just horrible security practice.
I heard they lost a lot of customers. They jumped to Xbox, actually.
Well, the Xbox was working.
It was. You gotta listen. You gotta give credit to Xbox Live. Great service.
I mean, yeah, you pay for it too. You get what you pay for. Hello.
Yeah. I pay for Halo. I pay for it. I pay for Halo alone. Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, there's other games. There's other games that we play too.
Well,
but
I mean, that's what I've done. That's what I've done since Halo 2, though.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, okay, I'm not like you though. I never had Halo 2.
Yeah, but I'm saying that people have been paying for Xbox Live exclusively for Halo since Xbox has been like Xbox Live started.
People are paying MMO prices the same as amount of Live, probably even more money per month to play things. I would have paid Halo, just say like Halo 2. I would have paid $50 for the year to play Halo online. Absolutely.
And you're getting like the good network connectivity with it because people are actually getting paid to make the service good and not.
At the time, it was the best multiplayer experience. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I hear horror stories about getting friend codes, and like PSN IDs to go across games. Sometimes, like at least I've heard instances where there's really a lack of, I guess, community or social interactions on the PSN network.
Right.
Or maybe it was like that and it changed, but
I like the sense of presence on Xbox Live.
Yes.
You know?
I just want the blades. I just want the blades back.
Have online
That's all I want. I just want the blades back.
Yeah.
Take away all the extra ad crap. Give me my blades.
Well, you're going to keep the ads. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. Freaking ads. I figured if I pay for Xbox, I shouldn't have to have those freaking ads.
Yeah, that's messed up. If I pay for gold, no ads. That should be a given.
Absolutely.
I should be able to say, like, I mean, I understand, like, some ads, like, give you information on stuff that might be out there. Yeah, that's cool. I can, but like for all, I don't use any of the music stuff. I don't use any of the video marketplace. I just disable those?
Like you're not getting dedicated servers or anything.
Like I want to be able to disable channels. Like how you can disable like the welcome channel. I know you can do that. But that's the only channel. I wish you can disable other channels other than like core ones. But and I'm not really too thrilled about the new Xbox update where it's going to be all the Connect like stuff. At least I'm not really looking forward to it. I mean, the way it is now,
I'm gonna be too
I've
busy
gotten
playing
used to it.
Halo.
I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, right.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be spending any time in the dashboard.
But see, that's why I want just like a simplified dashboard, something that's lightweight. I don't have to worry about it, and like just
I don't have to worry about it. I'll just boot right to the disk. Like, time for Halo. Like it won't even show up on the dashboard.
I don't need much.
Dead air.
yeah.
So, like I know that you guys said on the last show that they were coming out with Reach maps. Like it's gonna be a separate disk, and the maps in
Okay,
Halo
so
universe.
I
Like,
don't know much about this. but
The way like it's worded in everything I've read makes it sound like it's in like insular, like the experience is all contained within that game.
I'm not sure.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I totally believe it. I don't know.
Because it would seem like it would make sense if it was like an ODST kind of thing, where you have the disc for Halo Anniversary, and then you have the disc for Reach Multiplayer. That makes sense. Now, does that mean there's not going to be any more new maps for Halo Reach? Because if they have a finalized multiplayer disc, then why bother making more maps that aren't going to be on the disc? So, I mean, I guess we might see one more map pack, and then well, no, it's not. We won't.
Okay.
More map pack.
Here's what Joystick says.
In what, a month and a half? That's when that's coming out. That's when the 10th anniversary is, right?
Here's
September?
what Joystick.
Or wait,
says.
is it no? Wait, when did Halo 1 come out? Shoot. Yeah, it was September, right?
Let me check.
Because Bungie Days is well, no, Bungie Day 7/7.
November 15th, 2001.
Okay, yeah, it was in either November or so we have 5 months. I honestly don't think they're gonna have another map pack out, and if it is on this like a separate multiplayer disc like the Halo 3 one was, then these are probably gonna be the final maps that we see for Reach.
I think.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Joystick says that you can play the 7 maps in Halo CE, or you can you can also download the maps into Reach. But
Okay.
both ways, the maps are running in the Reach engine.
But
Yeah.
so-
yeah. So that's
what's the
that we know
point?
for sure. That we know for sure.
yeah, but what's the point
If you
of
just
running the
have Halo CE, you can play those maps.
Okay, you wouldn't be able to play matchmaking.
Yeah, you would. But
No.
just those maps.
They
You would
said
just be able to play in that like one playlist.
Okay.
You know what?
That seems pointless.
Delivery. Listen. I think we know that how the maps are going to work. The delivery system, I don't think, is solidified yet.
It just
I just don't. There was a
it
press.
seemed
release.
weird.
It was vague. It was talking about like just things
Yeah,
like
very vague.
ODST. Now ODST, it was actually hard for us to understand like the complete multiplayer experience on one disc. I still was confused
It
until I
made
put
sense
my,
to me.
Well, I just didn't understand how it was gonna, until you put the disc in, So we just have the matchmaking menus right there, and just all the things are there, and it's just weird. I think the way it markets, it doesn't, I
I don't know. I thought it was a good market strategy.
Well, no, I thought it was, having it all in one disc, especially, you don't have to worry. That's great, and for Halo, that's good too, because at this point in the game's cycle, multiplayer is just king. You just want that disc anyway.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the LAN party maker right there.
Absolutely. So everything's all there. You don't have to worry about downloaded maps and stuff. It's a great thing. Yeah. That's actually what we did at the LAN party that I was just at.
Right.
We did mostly Reach, but you can. Everybody brought that multiplayer disc just in case we needed it. We actually didn't even play any Halo. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't the discs downloadable later for.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
that was Bungie even said that they were not ever going to release those last maps,
Yeah, they
and
said
then
that.
they broke down and they did.
Whatever.
I think they got
That was the-
pressured by Microsoft to do
that
that,
was probably the plan. I think start.
or they got pressured by Microsoft to do it.
Probably.
Wanted more monies.
Either way, it's maybe it was Microsoft's plan from the start, maybe not Bungie's, but it was somebody's plan from the start.
Well, it's Bungie's plan from the start to just
See.
have ODST as a separate download.
It was Microsoft's plan all along to leech off the success of Bungie and eventually just completely rip the original franchise out of Bungie's hands and claim it as its own,
Well, they did.
which it's successfully done. So
succeeded.
good job,
And
Microsoft.
they did a great job. They did exactly what they
And see, now we get to benefit from the fruits of that endeavor.
I just hope it's worth it.
Let's be cool. Let's be cool until we see.
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying. This is like highway robbery, but we get to play new Halo, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You know what? It really is. We love Bungie so much that it's very hard for us to trust anybody else. It really
Yeah.
is. But every sign I see so far up until this point has been positive. I think they're making mostly all
Well, not the Defiant map
mostly-
pack. Not the Defiant map pack.
the.
That made me
listen.
lose some hope in 343 actually.
I like 343.
I like 3.5. I like how they're trying to.
I mean I appreciate
I
how
like
they're
BS
trying,
Angel.
but well, I mean, yeah, we've had her on the
How
show.
can you hate BS Angel, Dustin?
I don't hate BS Angel.
Listen,
How can you hate Big
I don't
Fun
like
David
BS
Ellis?
If you-
His name is Big Fun, dude.
He's got an epic beard. No,
How
those
can
guys.
you hate Frankie? Well,
Yeah, hold
actually,
on.
I think you do hate Frankie. Like, didn't you go on a rant
Listen,
about Frankie once?
If you hate
I win.
if you hate Frankie, I'm going to send you another picture here. Then I don't know if these are going through. Then you'll like him now. Look at this picture of Frank.
Okay. Give me a sec.
See, I can't hate Frankie because I remember when Frankie wrote the weekly updates when Halo 2 came out.
Frankie's a twisted little puppy. I love him. I like him. I don't love him.
I mean, right now I really don't feel good not having Bungie in control of Halo.
Listen, we
Well-
would rather have that, but what do you think? This is all we're gonna get. I mean,
I mean, that's just how I feel about it right now.
it
And
is.
that may change.
Are you going to enjoy Halo CE? Is it going to be fun for you to relive that classic?
Yeah, but
on
I'm
your
not
Xbox
sure
360?
about like Halo 4.
Well, what have you
Who
seen of
knows?
Halo 4?
Yeah,
I mean,
we have none.
Halo CE. Like I mean, Bungie made it. Yeah. The only thing that we're getting is a graphics update.
I'm saying,
okay, that's
wait-
not that much.
One
Like,
more
they're not. It's
E3.
not full.
Guys, we
yeah,
actually really, but we don't know anything. We actually don't even know who's working on it. There could
One
be
more E3
developer
until-
fans. There could be developers you're fans of that are working on it. You have no idea.
I mean, it might be.
We're really going in blind on this. We're really
What if Valve is
past
working?
judgment. We're not that spoiled by Bungie. Bungie's great, but I'm not going to.
It's just I hate to see Halo be taken out just for what seems like a moneymaker deal.
Well, here's the thing. We've never seen Halo any other way except for Bungie. Never mind Halo Wars. Okay, never mind that because it was an RTS.
But we've seen
we've
the
only
influence
seen
that
Halo
no.
one way.
We've seen the and
A Certain Affinity was not, or the map pack was not. It's a map pack. Okay, we're talking about a full game.
but I mean Microsoft pushing Bungie to do things like
Well, that's
releasing, like trying to rush Halo 2 out.
listen. Everybody's trying to make a buck.
And Halo 3, I'm sorry, it was the worst game out of all the Halo games, in my opinion.
You know,
And it's because they had, like, from what I've heard, they had to make shortcuts in the storyline.
It's
Tell me
no
if I'm
it's
wrong, but
no it's not it's no secret that the pressure of being a studio under Microsoft, talk to Epic, talk to Bungie, it's tough. Those guys want full creative freedom. Imagine they put all the stuff they want in the game. They know it. They've said it. They publicly said it. But they understand it's a business. I wish, the thing about, Valve is great where they can get to do a lot of things they want to do, but sometimes they don't. You know, it's really sometimes their hands are tied. And is it Microsoft's fault? No, that's just big business.
But does it have to be tied that tightly? I mean,
Yeah, but
it doesn't
Valve
seem like
also owns the largest PC digital distribution platform available.
Yes,
They get to do cool things that other companies don't get to do
and
because they have an extra revenue stream. Like,
but other developers just want to be this like that, but they need publishers. So
and I think Bungie realizes that, and I think that's why they're getting into the MMO space.
Yeah.
Because think about it, Blizzard can fund their Diablo 3 and their StarCraft 2 because they make a whole bunch of money off of World of Warcraft, and they, make that money every month.
Yep.
Like, millions of people paying $15 a month. Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
server
it's a lot.
maintenance might be pretty expensive, but I can imagine they're still making money just like hand over fist, just like swimming in it.
Oh, please.
Like crazy.
It's automatic, too. Even
Scrooge
if they play
McDuck.
or don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Scrooge McDuck.
So maybe Bungie, they come out with their new MMO, right? And they start making a whole bunch of money, and they can fund their own games. They don't have to have a publisher anymore. Or they get bought out by Activision and they go the way of Blizzard.
That would be
It's whatever.
I know. That's their independence. It screams how much they want to be independent.
Yeah, but Blizzard was independent too.
Yeah.
You could argue that they can. I don't know how much creative control
But
Blizzard
that's exactly.
But
yeah,
you
but
can tell that it was a different Blizzard after they got bought. You could just kind of tell.
Absolutely. But the reason why they sold this, it's a business, man.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like you get sad when you see somebody like sell out. Like a game studio that had heart, and like the system broke them down, and they finally had to like sell out.
That's what happens when you get, and you can't.
It's just depressing.
It is depressing.
I know it's a reality. It's just not a very fun reality to think about.
You know what? It happens all the freaking time, and that's why. This is not uncommon. It's something with cyclical that we go through, that we've been seeing all the time. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like, you know what? You're gonna see big companies coming into franchises, tearing them apart, milking them to death. Just we're seeing it. We know Halo is gonna. I prepared myself a long time ago that Halo was going to be milked. So that's why I'm just like, yep, Microsoft's coming in. They'll take it. They'll do this. They'll do that, and everything. But I'd rather not waste time getting obsessed about that and just play the video games and play for fun, and maybe not even worry about stories where a cannon is wrecked and stuff like that. There's no way with all these big corporations involved that you can have it perfect the way a fan wants it, or even a majority of the fans want it. It just can't happen. It's just
my hope.
Like Star Wars, it's like, forget it. If I see another lightsaber, I'm gonna. I am so sick of Star Wars on everything.
My hope is that Halo means more to Microsoft than it meant to Bungie. Because if you think about it, Bungie has other franchises that it's known for. Like, Halo is its big game, but for Bungie, they also have Marathon, which was a big title, and Oni was okay. I mean, it wasn't huge, but I mean, they have other, and like, what's that other game they have that was like RTS style?
Oh, Myth.
Myth. There you go. They have other title, and now they're moving on to their next thing. But for Xbox, like, you know, the Master Chief is the iconic Xbox fictional character.
Yep.
Like, you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario, and that whole.
I mean, I just want to make sure that they're not writing the game and the story for the money.
Yeah,
I want them to write a quality game.
Well, that's why with Frank O'Connor on board, that's huge.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe there is some sort of like spark of rationality up at Xbox, you know, that says maybe we shouldn't mess with Halo too much, or you know, because they could be messing Halo up way more than they have.
Yes,
easily. They could have decimated Halo by now. In the 10 years that they've had to completely just milk the shit out of Halo.
Give them enough time.
they've been pretty, you know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
They've shown a little restraint, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And 343, I think, legitimately cares about Halo.
When Theater Mode was supposed to be in Halo 2, and it wasn't.
But it's just about funding. Is Microsoft going to give 343 the funding they need? That's the big question.
They will. They definitely will. The entertainment division's the only department making money for them. They definitely will.
I mean, in a world where Halo is declining in popularity, if Halo doesn't, you know,
they got lots
it climbs significantly after Halo 4. What happens? Like, what if Halo 4 comes out and nobody cares? I mean,
Microsoft I think will throw the same amount of money again and try again. They will totally do. They will not. They will keep trying with that, and it will succeed too. It won't.
I don't know.
I'm just saying that the reason to back that up. I'm just saying because it's Microsoft. It's not, you know, Microsoft is still like got wads of cash sitting. They're gonna throw. They won't give up on Chief for like cycles. They'll throw the same amount of money at it. They'll, you know, and if they lose, they won't lose. With the next generation console, you know, they're ahead with 360. They're in this definitely for the long run. I don't see them, like you just said, that the Master Chief, if that's the iconic thing, look at Nintendo. They're gonna follow that same formula. They'll keep throwing money at Mario. They'll keep throwing money at the Chief.
I know, but I'm just saying they're ahead.
Yeah, but I don't want them to necessarily just keep throwing money. I want them to like utilize money, just not.
I want them to calm down. Calm down. Stop throwing money at the Chief. They will. It's coming. The flood is coming.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for Halo Anniversary. I'm excited for the new maps.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the new maps. But the Halo 4 stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything from Halo 4.
Well, right.
No, we don't know.
We have seen nothing. You saw a cinematic trailer. That's all CG. That's not gameplay. That's a movie.
I mean, I'm still not like.
Never mind.
That is literally
to me. All that movie was like, oh, they can do
that
pretty.
Is literally
they can do
judging
pretty graphics
the book by its cover.
And you know what it really is? All it is actually just trying to tell you a little bit of the story. It's not about.
I didn't get much story off of it. I didn't get any story off of it actually.
All they're really telling you is we're directly picking right off from where Halo 3 ended. That's what they're telling. They're not telling you what's happening.
Yeah,
if they pretty much knew all that.
If they just said there was going to be a Halo 4, I would have known that already. Heck, I could have probably even guessed that the plant was going to open up and swallow the ship. I mean, that was a no-brainer.
Well, is that Onyx?
I mean, that's
Marathon.
It's definitely not Marathon.
It can't be Onyx because it's in a different galaxy. Unless the Forerunners can teleport.
I'm still going with Onyx. I've been going with Onyx since I saw the legendary ending, and I'm still sticking with it. There's what I saw.
I still haven't finished reading Onyx, so.
Oh, that'll give you some insight.
I don't know. For some reason, I just have this gut feeling that with how much Microsoft is wanting to milk this thing, there's potential for this next trilogy to be just not entertaining at all.
Oh, Destiny is so negative.
Oh, I think you're going to be entertained.
Dustin.
I think you're
I
gonna
mean,
buy
I
it.
want to think otherwise, but I just don't know.
You gotta want to be entertained.
We get. Is that not why you're here?
But I mean,
I mean,
think about all the stuff you saw
I
in the
hated
trailer,
Halo 3,
right?
but I loved Reach.
I like Halo.
Well, maybe it's more like Reach and less like Halo 3.
Maybe.
Let's.
Maybe it's a Kinect.
I mean, I'll be patient and wait and see, but
Maybe.
right now my expectations aren't that high.
He wants Connect Halo.
No, I do not. I do not want Halo to touch Kinect at all.
It's an on-rails shooter.
Oh no! Could you
You're in
imagine?
a warthog the whole time. You're on the turret.
Could you imagine the Halo community would literally shit?
Oh, they'd all run out and buy Kinects.
That's part of the plan. That's the full plan. Going exactly the way they planned.
See, if Microsoft did something like that, I would debate buying the game.
You know
But
what?
that's what I'm saying. They haven't.
Anyways, so yeah, distraction from the E3, everything.
Well, that was about it, right? Like, there's nothing else
Do you-
interesting at E3.
Do you want to explain the thing?
You want to explain it?
Yeah, the most entertaining part or the only
Oh, the best of E3. Well, everybody do the best of E3. All right, I'll do mine, which is that. My fellow podcaster, Brent, pointed us to a video yesterday of the Ubisoft keynote, I guess, for their software upcoming game.
Yeah.
like game library stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And it had a presenter on stage that clearly was not an employee of Ubisoft. Was filling in the void for probably maybe somebody was sick, or it's just Ubisoft has nobody charismatic enough to be on stage.
Okay.
And the guy was just totally motivational speaking type on there, and it was quite entertaining to get a really ridiculous thing and of all the business stuff that goes on at E3 that really doesn't matter. So I think anything that happens weird at E3 and not according to plan is the best entertainment, because all it is just one big show. That's why it's my favorite.
Okay.
Going on record.
Well, I remember what Sony's conference was about: sports games. Nothing but sports games. That's what the other half of Sony's show was, which I could care less about, and I really don't understand in video game mode. But okay. I don't know. Do you guys play any sports games?
Nope.
Do they make sense to you?
I
Yeah.
I would like it. They do make sense. I definitely could see, especially football. They're definitely got they were fun. Definitely play with my buddies, and stuff. But if you have to invest in playing the NFL games and you have to buy a game every freaking year, that sucks.
It just seems like a glorified version of button mashing.
No.
No.
You can get into it. I know people that like really get into it, and they can. It's not button mashing. They're doing stuff on purpose. Stuff that you would do in like a football game.
Okay.
Or stuff you would do in the game.
This is coming from nerdy old Brent.
Yeah.
If it's in the game,
Oh, wise Brent.
it's in the game.
I see what you did there.
Yes. I played Tiger Woods PGA Tour demo on PSN.
I like golf games.
That's pretty fun. I remember playing Mario Golf on the GameCube. That was a fun game.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
actually
one
have.
on the Sega Genesis.
Super Tecmo Bowl.
No.
I had golf for the Game Boy.
PGA Tour, I think it was on the EA Sports. It was EA game. It was had a great golf game.
Mm.
It's like Lee Trevino's PGA Tour '93.
It was PGA Tour. It was PGA Tour. That was my.
Yeah,
I thought that was a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all in all the sports all the news conferences sucked compared to previous years of E3.
No, Nintendo's was great. Compared to last year's Nintendo press conference, this one was amazing.
Okay.
It was incredible.
Well, once you figured out what the heck Wii U was.
Well, they also brought out a whole bunch of trailers. Like, I totally want a 3DS now. They brought out they showed off Star Fox 64 3DS.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on that. See, but I love Star Fox 64.
I mean, if the 3D part actually worked with some,
you can turn it off. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, yeah.
Like, if I don't like it, I can totally just turn it off, and then
That's
it's just Star Fox 64, and that's totally fine with me. Like Mario Kart 3DS, I love Mario Kart. I loved Mario Kart on the DS. I can imagine that Mario Kart 3DS is going to be pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else they showed. What else on 3DS? They announced Super Smash Bros. Is going to come out on 3DS.
Didn't they announce something where
Kid Icarus or something like that? Too?
Yeah.
Didn't they also announce something where it was supposed? I mean, they had the whole thing about the 25th anniversary of Zelda.
Yeah. I don't think they showed off any
Wasn't
Zelda
there,
titles on 3DS. Other than they might have shown off a new trailer for Ocarina of Time.
Didn't they show
3D.
some kind of compatible or some kind
Looks
of
pretty awesome.
cooperability between the Wii U and the 3DS, being able to play games across those platforms or something? Or
They didn't really talk about that, I don't think. But there was somebody, you know how they
some
catch,
kind of correlation somewhere.
Right after the the presentation keynote, they catch some guy outside. Yeah, we're thinking about putting it with the 3DS. There was a quote somewhere, but no definite, no nothing. There's nothing been confirmed.
Right.
There was definitely a loose, all the specs and all the what it works with and all that stuff. There's really not that much info.
Right.
Super Mario 3DS.
Yep.
So
I tell you, I went to the local GameStop and I played. I saw the display there and I checked out that 3D thing. It's actually pretty cool.
I haven't tried it yet.
The 3D, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
I played a little bit of Zelda, the Zelda 3DS at PAX East,
Okay.
and it was nice.
Okay.
But the 3D thing, yeah, you can scale it. You
Yeah,
do
I
that
know you can scale it and turn completely off.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the point the only other point to get a 3DS is that the games only work on a 3DS and not a regular DS.
you get that circle pad.
Yeah. That thing is
Okay,
actually
maybe.
pretty good. That's what's going to be on that Wii U.
Yeah.
Instead of a thumbstick, that circle pad thing that's pretty good. It
Okay.
works. It works like a thumbstick on an Xbox controller.
Wow.
Or even a PlayStation. It's pretty good. It goes. It's got a good feel to it.
Okay. Interesting.
It's almost mouse-like.
Like what? One of those trackballs?
Kind of like a trackpad-ish, but your finger doesn't slide all over.
I think that pretty much wraps up E3.
We did it. We exhausted E3.
Yes. You know what? And it's all doesn't mean shit.
And some.
Everything's going to change over the next couple of months. They just wanted to hear us talk about it on podcasts and shows and see the press reaction and test. It's our testing ground, and then they'll go back to the labs and they'll change all these things.
Well, I hope so. Because there's things that they need to change.
We're guinea pigs.
I hope that this is a learning experience for them.
I don't want to trust these shows anymore. I don't even want to do the shows.
I'm surprised we're just able to get 2 of these shows out in a week.
There was a lot to talk about, but
Yeah, there's actually.
the Halo stuff alone. I mean, I thought that's what we're really going to talk about all this time.
Yeah.
You got me talking about E3, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It is good to get it out, though.
Right.
But I will never speak of it again after tonight. I'm done.
Until the next E3 next year.
We're not talking about it in the interview next week either.
That's fine. I don't care. We don't have to talk about E3 then. We have plenty of other things that we can talk about.
E3's over.
Yay! Yay! Okay. Well, any last comments before we close this out? I'm gonna take the silence as a no.
Michael Jackson, The Experience 2, coming out for Xbox Connect.
I should have known Brent would do something like that.
Oh, man.
You still trying to get on Jerome's good side?
Jerome?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how you can get on his good side, though. Like, what would make Jerome like you as a person?
You'd have to bring him a sacrifice of, like, grunts and elites, probably.
No. He seems like a pretty, like, I don't know. He's a docile kind of guy until you get him roused up, and then he'll beat you up. He'll take his grav hammer out.
What you doing, fool?
By now, I think that Peter Jackson workshop that makes all that Halo stuff
Uh-huh.
actually made like a full-size hammer for Jerome, like a real weighted hammer,
Oh,
so that when he hits people with it, it actually hurts. Like he's like rupturing gallbladders and stuff out there, hitting people.
Only if it actually emitted the gravity field that's supposed to in the game. That would be like, ow. Anyways, on that note, thank you guys for listening into our E3 coverage, and which should kind of signify the start of our summer sessions of recording. And I guess if we keep this up, we'll end up doing maybe 1 or 2 a week.
Hopefully.
And maybe by the end of the summer, we'll be up and around the neck of the woods for episode 300.
Well, I hope so. I want to get to 300. This episode was pretty perverse, and I think it's because I've been like so off my game. Like I haven't been podcasting lately.
Oh, yeah, we all...
So a lot of F-bombs dropped.
Yeah.
But
No, I
S-bomb.
thought
Nothing
we
new.
we always drop those, no?
Nothing new.
Yeah.
Only in the
Tell
presence of people that like it.
Tell
Or people
yeah.
that don't care.
Well, that's me. I definitely don't care.
But, I mean, we will hopefully get back into the swing of things.
I want to get back into the swing of things. I want to get back into playing Halo, but nobody's
Once-
ever online.
Once
Nobody ever wants to, you know.
Well, once I actually have time to, and then I'm not driving 3 hours a day, I will.
All right.
Which will be after next week.
Yeah,
So I will be on more, because
I miss
I
Reach.
mean-
I haven't played in a while myself.
I used to play for like challenges every day. I don't even do that anymore right now.
I just want to play.
Well, let's play after this recording, fool. Why don't we do that?
Is that a threat?
No, that was kind of me trying to do epic mealtime thing. If you guys know what they are, group on YouTube.
Fail.
If you want the antidote, you will play matchmaking.
We should like try
Inside your arm is
we
a
should try to
key.
set up events or something, maybe. That might be helpful.
Yeah.
All community like.
Yeah. Wait, we're a community? What?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice. Anyways, that wraps up the show. Thanks, guys.
Really?
And,
I thought it was over.
oh, I thought we were still
Like, I thought we'd already cut.
Oh, I didn't think we kind of cut it.
He can cut it anywhere he wants.
Okay, it's cut. There it is. Bye, people.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Well, bye, everybody.